So tonight we have a rack of pork here that we are going to sort of fillet out flat, and we're going to take some sauteed onions and garlic and lemon zest and mushrooms and all these wonderful things, blend them together and layer it up and roll it back up tight like a roast. Over here, this happens to be a pork lard that is seasoned from a few cooks ago. You take it right off the top, store it, and now we're going to put it all over the outside of this, and it's going to be so yummy when we do it. We're going to smoke it at probably about 225 degrees for a good 3 or 4 hours. But first, we'll show you how to saute things together, and then we'll show you how to season them up, and wrap them up, tie them up, and then we'll show you how to smoke them and finish them.
Listening time.
That's right, buddy. So what I did in this bucket right here is I put all of these seasonings. We've got popcorn salt, garlic salt, spinach and artichoke, slap your mama for a little bit of heat, ranch, little bit of brown gravy, and some black pepper. All that's going to go into our sauteed veggies, and it's going to go into our roast. So that's where we're at now. Alright, so here we're crushing up some garlic. We took some purple onion, portobello mushroom, and chopped it up, put it in here, and we've got some garlic. Now I like to take garlic and smash it. And see, it releases all the juices, all that wonderful glistening yumminess. We throw it in here, and we just pop another one. And see, that is what I like to do, and we will season that all up. See, it just falls right out of the shell. No shell, just yummy goodness in the middle. One more, pop. I like garlic. I like a lot of garlic. Oh, that didn't pop right. Pop. There we go.
I'm going to eat a piece.
Okay, it's gonna burn. Garlic is pretty spicy before you cook it. Little hot, isn't it? Huh?
Nope.
Nope, not at all, huh? Just so you know, on the other side of this, folks, his eyes are watering.
No. It makes you feel spicy, but you're not. It's actually not.
Well, it's not spicy. It's like eating a bunch of onions at one time. And there we go. We're going to take all these wonderful things. I'm going to throw a little bit of that seasoning in it, and we're going to saute it up to get ready to put on the rack. Well, here we've got some Brussels sprouts resting in cold water after washing them. They've got some basic salt and pepper, little garlic powder, all in the water and just soaking up. I also have used one of my great cheats, Tastefully Simple spinach and artichoke dip base. It really adds a nice flavor, and I'm pretty much just going to throw the whole thing right in a wok and steam them off. So we've got our rack of pork here, and what
yummy.
I'm going to wind up doing is slicing it and unrolling it, and then we're going to stuff it with the onions, mushrooms, and garlic we sauteed last night. I put it in the fridge to get it a little more solid. We've got our seasoning that we made last night.
It looks like flour, sort of.
It does. It's a lot of ranch. And so the next time you see this, this will be opened up, and we'll have a bunch of stuff inside of it. Okay, we have opened up the rack of pork nicely. We've got some lemon zest in there. This is a natural white cheddar cheese that I put in there. And we're just going to roll it all up, tie it off with some cooking twine, and it'll be ready for the smoker.
And next cheese.
Well, we're going to season the outside too, just like we seasoned the inside with that wonderful ranch powder. And here we are, all rolled back up and wrapped up. We put our seasonings on the outside, a nice healthy rub. I also ground a little bit of fresh lemon zest on the inside and the outside.
And that's cooking twine.
And yes, we tied it up with cooking twine, nice and tight. I don't know if we can see the end. You can see the nice coil there. That's going to taste real yummy. I did take the membrane off of the back of the ribs. and we are good to go. We're going to put it in the smoker at 225 and let it sit for probably 4 to 6 hours until it gets to about 145 degrees, I believe it is. All right, here we are. The next day, we actually wound up seasoning and resting this roast overnight in the refrigerator. Sprayed it with some avocado oil, and I got a pan of water back there just to make sure it doesn't get dried out. We're going to go ahead and put this in here till we get to, an internal temperature somewhere around 146, I believe it is. I'll double check that. So here we are, been out for a couple hours. The meat's at about 110 degrees. I've gone ahead and put some chopped up potatoes on for a while. I'm going to get a good smoky flavor and then finish them in the oven. But these are simple potatoes. It's got a little seasoning on it, just some salt, pepper, garlic, spinach, and avocado oil spray. And those will come out real nice. I'm gonna slather a little bit of my homemade barbecue sauce on these guys and then let them get finished off to about 140 degrees, 45, something like that. Alright, here we are about 4 hours in. Everything is looking yummy. We're at about 130 degrees. Got about 15 more to go. The potatoes are just sitting here steaming away, getting yummy. Like I said, I'll throw those in the oven the last 15-20 minutes. Give them a good coating of brown and maybe throw a little butter in there. So we'll check back in a bit. Okay, here we are. It's been about 5 hours on the smoker at 225 degrees, and the last
That's the smoker,
20
that's
minutes,
the grill.
that's correct. The last 20 minutes I turned it up to 275. The internal temperature is now at 145 degrees, and we're going to take it out, cover it up, and let it rest for about 10 minutes so that all these juices can get trapped inside.
There's some drink too.
Look at that. Alright, now, just set this here for a sec. Grab a parchment paper and a towel just to keep the parchment paper from blowing off. We are set to bring this inside. Alright, we are back here all cooked up, rested, and now we're going to cut right down in between the bones and see what we've got.
Close up.
Okay, we're going to look at it together. Here we go.
Ooh, but
Ooh, it's oozing all the goodness out.
yeah, it's a gooey
Get
center.
in there.
Make sure not lose all that gooiness.
There we go. Yep, we don't want to lose the gooey goodness.
But it's
So there
okay
we
if there's
go.
a little juice.
That is my pork roast on the bone.